All right. Can everybody see my screen? Can everyone see the slides? We're good to go? Perfect. Okay. Let's get into today's class. So for the next 90 minutes, as we are diving into this material, I would love if everyone here could be engaged as possible. The more you guys blow up the chat, the better. I love having an interactive chat. It's my favorite part of these master classes. But also, I want you guys to get ready to take notes or just to immerse yourself in the content today. I'm going to be sharing quite a bit of content, to be honest with you. I'm going to really be diving into 3 topics. And I want you guys to take away from this where you're like, I can go out and implement something. Like, I want you to walk away from today's call feeling like, wow, this was really good for a free masterclass. I really feel on fire. I feel excited. I feel motivated. I'm going to be doing a mix of storytelling with some life lessons, with some strategy. That's my coaching style is life coaching, mindset coaching, business coaching. I do all of it and I combine it into one. Okay. So I want you guys to be ready to fully take this in. It will be a lot of information, but I'm hoping that it's going to be worth it for you guys. That's the goal. So we'll talk about a life first approach to business. This is what I have taught since I started my very first group coaching program back in 2021. And then we will talk also about the strategies that I put behind the life first approach. So that's from the offers that you create to the non-social strategies. In my coach school, I teach both. We teach live events like this, and I also teach content and social media. And then I also am teaching them a series on non-social selling. So all the ways to get leads and business and sales without social media. And I'll dive into more on that. That's going to be everyone's favorite part. I already know it. I'm going to tell you guys a little tiny bit about coach school, and then we'll just get into our core topics. And then I'm going to give you guys a limited time bonus at the end, which I'm so excited about. And then we will announce our giveaway winner. Okay. As I have my screen up here, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not very techie, and my assistant's out of town. And I was like, girl, why would you go out of town on the one day I need you? So I will be keeping the chat here in the corner. Feel free to just put anything in there. And at the end, we can even do some Q&A, some open chatting, coaching, all the things. Okay. All right, let's get into it. So at the very end, I'm going to offer you guys coach school. I run all of my master classes and live events like this. I tell you at the very beginning, like, look, I'm going to sell to you. That's what I'm here for. It's the truth, right? I'm not going to wait till the end and bait and switch you. I'm going to give you core value and content. And I'm also going to sell to you because that is my job. I'm going to offer you Coach School, which is my signature 12-month coaching program. And in there is all the things I'm teaching today. From offers, we're going to do live offer series where I teach you all about offers from high ticket to low ticket, front end selling, back end selling, upselling, downselling, and all the ways to put offers in your business model based on your life, your season of life, your personality, and the things that make you you. And then also what I teach is business strategies, sales, lead gen, marketing, content, social media, email, Pinterest, non-social selling. So you're going to get a bit of that today. And this program, the applications are currently open. We have 10 spots, and then the price will go up after this round. So if you do not join this round, you're going to be kicking yourself because the price is going to 10K. And right now it's only 7,500 for the year. This program is my baby at work. I have babies at home, but this is my baby at work. I love this program. It is just, oh, it just like lights my soul up. So many of you here are in coach school and it's just my baby. So, all right, let's get into the juicy stuff. So if you've never met me before, hello, my name is Tay. I started my very first business, not even coaching, my very first business back in 2016. I was 7 months pregnant. I was on WIC. I had $100 to my name and I had already wrecked my credit. I was 23 years old and all I knew was I wanted to stay at home with my kids, my daughter. I did not want to put her in daycare. I literally couldn't afford it. I was back then married to somebody in the military. And I was like, I'm just going to quit my job. I'm just going to quit on maternity leave. I'm going to start a business. And everyone thought I was absolutely insane. And through that journey, I was a virtual assistant and then an OBM. And then I started my agency in 2018. I started my agency when I finally decided to niche down. because I was going through a divorce from my abusive ex-husband, and I didn't have a choice. It was do or die in that season of my life. And so I decided that I was going to niche down and see what happened. And within 6 months, we were fully booked out. I officially had an agency, and I was making enough money to basically survive with a 2-year-old at this point. And then in 2019, I was asked to be a keynote speaker at a conference. Now, mind you, when I had my agency and I was a virtual assistant in OBM, I was not the person on social media. I was not a personal brand. I didn't really use social media at all. I didn't show my face, but I agreed to stand on a stage in front of hundreds of women and give a keynote speech. And I said yes, and I hung up the phone. And then immediately I was just flooded with fear. I was like, oh my God, what did I just say yes to? What am I doing with my life? And needless to say, I did drink a wine shooter before I went up on that stage because I was so nervous, but it ended up changing my entire life. And after that, I had so many women asking me for coaching and mentorship. And I was like, sure, why not? I've done this forever. I've helped tons of wedding professionals grow their business. And from there, I started coaching and I fell in love with the coaching industry. I fell in love with changing women's lives. And that morphed into what it is today. In 2021, I launched my first ever group coaching program and hit my first ever 6 figures. And since then, I have had 2 multi-6-figure businesses. Now I'm remarried. I've got 2 girls at home. I'm a full-time mom. I have no childcare. I have 2 kids at home with me. My husband's in law enforcement, so he is the childcare when I'm doing things like this. And I've been able to grow this business with my kids at home, no ads, 1 person on my team besides me, and made it work. Earlier this year, I went through a legal case and decided that I was going to shut down my business for 3 months while I went through a legal battle, which was the hardest but best 3 months of my life because it allowed me to fully immerse myself into motherhood and myself and to really decide, like, what do I love and not love about my business, which led me to where I am right now, which is the truth of building a business as a mother is so hard. It is hard. It is the hardest thing that I've ever done. I'm not going to cry. I'm a crier, but I'm not going to cry today. And I have been through so many things from 23 to now 31 years old as a mother, as a human, as a business owner, that I want other women to experience a life for yourself. Experience a life that you love. Experience a life where you have choices and you have freedom and you have flexibility and you get to do things that most people don't get to do. My daughter recently and I were driving in the car and she said to me, there's a girl at school and I don't know if her, because my daughter's in an online school, but at home, she said, I don't know if her mom loves her because her mom goes to work all the time. My God, I felt horrible. I was like, no, like just because her mom goes to work doesn't mean she doesn't love her. And I explained to her, how daddy goes to work all day and how we're very privileged to be in a place where mommy gets to be at home with you all day and also have a business. And I said, I had to fully have this conversation, but really put into perspective that this life is so much different than what other people experience. And while there's so many times I know that it's really hard and we want to quit and we want to give up because life is so hard and business is so hard, I want to remind you that this is a privilege for so many people, women specifically and mothers, that I would never have without this business. And then I get to pass it on to other women because for all of you here, you're all women, first of all. Most of you, if not all of you, are mothers. And every time I talk to a woman in business, her only goal is to take care of her family. Like, how selfless can you be to be the woman who wants to go out and change other people's lives? And also you always want to take care of other people. It's never about themselves. I've never met a woman in this industry who's like, it's solely about her. It's about what she can do for others. And so I want to invite you today to, if you're going through a season of your life or your business where it feels like nothing is working and everything is hard, to look around at all the things you have today because of the life that you've built, but also like, how can you learn to love this season of your life and business? Because it's going to change your life now and forever, but it's also a privilege that so many people don't have. So let's get into the juicy. I'm so excited that you guys are here. I'm excited that you guys are taking this time for yourself, and obviously too that you've chosen me to be with, because there's tons of other coaches out here that you could choose to sit with for 90 minutes. And I'm just honored that you chose it to be me. So let's get into life first business approach. I just want to make sure first before I go on, are my slides changing? Can you see the life first approach? Perfect. Cool. Okay. After this, you guys will all have access to the slides. So don't worry, but also they're kind of just generic, to be honest, because I don't really do this. I don't do slides. Okay. Let's talk about life first business. So I just kind of shared with you my life, my story, my journey. And that is the life first approach, is putting your life first, whether it's a season of life or it's the lifestyle you want to live, before deciding your business. And I made this mistake when I was a virtual assistant and then an OBM. I gave clients my cell phone number. I worked 40 to 60-hour weeks. I was at their beck and call because I needed money to put a roof over our head. And I didn't care at all about life first back then because I was really thinking about survival first, if we're being true. Yes, life first business is chef's kiss. And after, what was it, about 4.5, 5 years of being in business and doing the 40 to 60-hour week, and at this time I only had my oldest daughter, who's now almost 8, which is crazy. I was like, I can't do this. It's not sustainable. I'm barely making 3 to 5K months. And I'm working so incredibly hard. And every time I would get a client, I would lose a client. I was strapped and capped on time and resources and money. And I needed a business that worked for my life. So there were very hard seasons where I felt like I'm either going to have to quit or something's going to have to change. Something's going to have to change at home, with childcare or with what I do with my kids, because this isn't working anymore. Like I got into business to be at home with my kids and to have more time and freedom and flexibility with children. But in reality, I'm working so much, I don't even have time for my kids. And that's not what I got into this business to do. And so when I moved into coaching, that was where I decided I was going to build a life first approach to business. And then many times over and over and over, I've had to do it. Last year, I had our second child. She's now almost 1.5. And I started the clock over with newborns and toddlers, and those schedules then changed again. And I've continuously had to create a business where I put that season of life first to decide my schedule and decide what I do and don't take on and what I say yes to and what I say no to. And at one point I was the person who was doing all the things because I'm like a really big go-getter. And I had to turn back the dial and be like, I can't say yes to all these things anymore. It's just physically impossible. I have kids and I have 2 kids at home and I'm in toddler phase and I'm in the newborn stage. And at one point my health had taken a toll and I had to truly decide, what am I going to do? Am I going to be a stay-at-home mom and live off my husband's income, even though he makes like 1/4 of what I make, which would be absolutely insane? We would move. We've talked about it many times. Am I going to get childcare? Am I going to put my child in school? And when we first went through this, when I shifted from agency into service provider, 2020 hit. And 2020 rained on everyone's parade and life was very different. And at that point, I knew that I didn't want to send my kids to school after this. Like I just didn't. I wanted them to be home. I wanted what I wanted first, which was the life that I wanted to build. But I also want my purpose. Like I also want to follow my purpose and do what I love and help women and change other people's lives. I'm like, how do I make them both work? And I sat here today and told you it was easy and that I didn't have screaming matches with my husband or even think about divorce over this, I would be lying, because it was that bad, trying to balance life and business and being the breadwinner and all the things. And then this year, in the 3-month break that I told you guys earlier, I had to come to Jesus with myself and with my very incredible OBM assistant / best friend about, you know what? This season of life will not be forever. This season of life is about having a smaller child and being a mom. And while being a mom is for the rest of my life, the facts is that my kids are going to get older and they're not going to be in the season anymore. And then we're going to go through the missing it part and the guilt part, right? And so how do I just love the season of life and business that I'm in right now and make my business work for that? So what I did was I changed my schedule to work on nap times. And while that's only a 2-hour stretch, whether it's a 1 2-hour stretch or 2 hours broken up into 1 hour each, how do I just make it work? I had to say no to a lot of things before. I found social and non-social strategies that worked, that allowed me to bring in leads, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, hundreds of leads per month without actually even creating content or being live on social media or doing live events. And then I was able to create offers that matched up with that schedule, with that lifestyle. This was so breathtaking for me, honestly. It was like I had been lifted free from this cage I'd put myself in of like, I have to be the coach that is the go-getter who does all the things and is growing and scaling really fast. And up until this point, we've grown sustainably, right? Versus looking at the other people in the industry of, well, she doesn't even have kids and she has a nanny and she has this and she has a rich husband and she has a trust fund and why can't it happen for me? And just saying, you know what, this season of life, it's not about that for me. How can I make it work with what I have right now? Because it will change in 6 months, in 12 months, in 2 years, in 3 years. It will be a very different business model. But how do I make it work right now? Okay. And that was what I started with, was the life first approach. So in coach school, the life first approach, which we're going to go back through again but right as we start our live offer series, when our new people join us, is, do you even know what you want your life to look like? I've asked this question so many times, is like, what does your dream life look like? What does your dream schedule look like? Like, what are you going to do with your time? And what are you going to do with that money? How much money do you want to have? And why do you want to have it? And where is it going to go? And when I ask those questions, sometimes my women don't even know. They don't even have an answer. Like, I don't even know what my dream schedule would look like. Or they just pick something because they're like, that sounds good. It sounds flashy. It sounds like what everyone else says they want, like the 10K months and the 100K years and a 6-figure coach and don't work on the Fridays or whatever. But it's like, is that what you want? And why do you want those things? Right. I recently, even Taylor and I talked about, she told me at one point when I had asked her when she was in coach school, what her dream schedule in life would look like. She had no idea. And then she went through lots of life and business transitions and pivots over the last year. And now she's like, now more than ever, it makes so much sense of why my business has to look this way based on the time I do or don't have, based on the season of life that my kids are in. And what I want now has changed. So when you're auditing, before you even go into offers, before you even go into lead gen and strategies and content, before we even get into the nitty gritty and the data, it's like, what are we working towards and why is it important to you? Because this is what you're going to have to lean on every single time that it's hard, is this. Every single time life is hard and business is hard and I don't want to show up and I don't want to do anything and I don't want to be on social media and I don't want to create more content and no one even cares what I say. Every time I go there, because you still go there even when you're at 6 and multi-six figures, your brain will still offer you those thoughts. I have to go back to the fact that I get to keep my 2 kids at home with me and keep them safe with me. And I have all the bills paid and I don't have to overly worry about budgeting for groceries, which is such a luxury nowadays, to have all of your bills paid and not have to worry about finances and keep your kids at home. That why would I ever give this up? Yeah, content is hard, but you know what's harder? Going back to a 9 to 5 or sending my kids to public school. So we have to look at, what is the life we're working for and why? Why is it so important to us? What is the life that you want to create? And then we're going to close the gap on that, because the thing is, a lot of times we think, once I get the money and once I get the time, then I'll design this dream life. No, you won't. You won't. I thought that too. And I was like, when I hit 6 figures, everything's going to change. Nothing changed. I still worked just as long and just as hard, and I still had shitty thoughts, and I still worried, and I still stressed out. Even after multi-6 figures, I still have bad days, and I still cry, and I still get frustrated. It doesn't change. But when you put your intentions first and you say, this is the life I'm working towards, and this is how I'm going to do it, and then you put a plan towards it, then you're going to get there. But if you're like, well, I'm not going to invest until I get to this amount of money or I get another client. But then once you get that amount of money, why would you invest in this anyway? The point of investing is to stretch yourself, right? We're always trying to do it backwards. So life first approach to business is deciding for yourself, what is your future? So I would love for you guys to put in the chat, when it comes to building a life first business, do you feel like you have done that? Do you feel like you want to do that? You have done it? What makes you like, where do you guys feel stuck? Like, I don't yet have the life first of business, but I want it. Having a hard time managing time and kids. Is it a financial thing? In the process, okay? Our business grew so much that work became first. Yeah, that was how it was for my agency too. That was really hard. This is how I design my schedule. Okay, I love it. Haven't fully done in past, though I've tried, but definitely doing it this time. I rebuild my business. Yeah, the thing is, if you don't build a life first approach to your business now, you will do it later. There will be a point that you hit that it's just like, I can't do this anymore. I've had enough. And you eventually will. But it's like, why not just do it right from the first time? I have had to burn down many businesses because I didn't do it right the first time. I will admit. What is your guys' biggest struggle when it comes to balancing business and family life right now? What is your biggest struggle? Feels like it isn't worth it. Yeah, the time you spend and feel trapped not being able to do other things because it's a monster that needs to be fed all the time. Exactly. Yes. Quit my 9-to-5 job on maternity leave. Now work 2 flexible event jobs. And now going through a divorce. Yeah. The question was what is your guys' biggest struggle when it comes to balancing business and family life? And Vera, I think you answered it, which is like the business always needs me. And my kids always need me. And my husband or my partner always needs me. Like everyone always needs me. And I'm always pouring out and giving it everywhere else. And then business, it's nonstop, right? It's constant marketing and constant content and offers and clients. And it never ends, right? It's that cycle, just like the laundry. My assistant sent me this thing recently that said, instead of like being upset that the sink is always full of dishes and that the laundry is always full of clothes, you should look at it like everyone always has clean clothes and is always fed. And I was like, that's such a good perspective shift. And I think about that in business too. It's like, but if we're doing all these things, is it because we're making more money? Is it because we're getting more clients? Is it because we're serving more people, right? Like it is, but also, right? Is it a good thing? Knowing where to put that's a good one, Melissa. Knowing best where to put my limited time. Love it. We're going to cover that today too. Hard to commit to things and clients when 2 of my 4 kids always home with me. I understand. Yeah. My husband is home today with the kids, but then if you're in coach school, there was at one point that you saw I had a newborn strapped to me for like 6 months in a sling, constantly strapped to me. You guys have seen my kids run into calls. You've seen kids swing my door open asking for a snack. Like, I get it. I get it. But when you find your community of women who are also mothers, who also have kids at home or kids in general, like, they just get it. Moms are like, yeah, that's about right. Right? This is how I'm designing my schedule and I'm killing myself over the amount of content that goes nowhere. Oh, this is going to be so good. You guys, we're getting to the juicy stuff, I promise, because yes. Trying to fit it all into one day, realizing not everyone needs to be a priority. Ooh, Sarah, I love that. That's so true. Everything feels like a priority and any free time needs to be on business. Okay, that's good. Life happening, yep, and pulling me from building my coaching business. And then I have to reset and get my brain back in the game. Ooh, Dawn, yep, so true. Time management. Okay, so our biggest struggle is time management. And then it's like, okay, but then when I have the time, it's like, I don't even know what to do with it. Like, I don't even know what to do to make things happen, to get money, to get sales, to move the needle. Yeah, is that where we're at? People respecting my work blocks, people respect, yeah. Okay, that's a good one too. Yeah, because I understand. Okay. What is the one thing you would love to stop doing in your business because it doesn't fit your lifestyle or is currently draining your energy? If you could choose one thing and you would love to stop doing it, what would it be? You probably already know the answer, but I have to ask. Social media. I knew it. I knew it. That's why you guys are here. Hello. Networking. Okay, Sean, I love the honesty, honestly. Anything tech, same. Yes, I hate tech. Tech is my worst enemy. That's why I have Courtney. She's my tech guru. She's just everything, honestly. Tedious tasks like email checking. Okay. Getting distracted and figuring out where to start again. Okay. Social media. So social media is our number 1. And then what is our number 2? Tech, probably. And then 3, like tedious tasks. Okay. And honestly too, life and mindset will never go away. So with life and mindset stuff, I always just say we have to manage it because it never goes away. Like I don't even want to say like it gets better, like it does, but it doesn't. It's just certain areas that you're like, yeah, I understand. So for instance, I'll just give you guys a little tea to to be real with you, is that currently I'm doing a launch. Obviously, we're here. And if you've been in my space, you know that I'm launching. And I've done tons of launches. And I've had launches that made $0 even this year. And I've had launches even this year make $117,000 all in the same year. And the common thing that happens in every launch is my brain is like, yeah, no one's buying this. No one cares. You're going to have a terrible launch and nobody's going to show up and everyone's going to think you're a joke. My brain does it every time. But the truth is, the more I launch, the more I have proof that it does work. Because I've had 30K launches and 40 and 50 and 60 and $117,000 launches, even when my brain offered me those thoughts. So then I get better at like, oh, okay, my brain is doing that thing again that it always does. So, and then I manage it through my launch. But I also get like cozy and comfy with like, yeah, this is like the normal thing that's going to happen. How do I do the thing anyway? And so when I'm coaching students, a lot of it's like, how do we still show up on social media or create really good content or really good offers or go live or do events, even when our brain is doing like the shitty brain thing, because it's going to keep doing it, right? That's like half the battle is managing it all. Okay, let's get into the second part, which is your offers. I am a self-proclaimed offer queen. I am obsessed with offers. I could help you create an offer in my sleep, honestly, with a baby on my hip while I'm breastfeeding and like probably on the phone. I love offers. I'm obsessed with them. And when I moved into group coaching back in 2021, I immediately fell in love with group coaching. Not only because I was able to help at that year we hit, what did we do? Like 45? I think that first year was 45, if I'm not mistaken, students in one program that I coached 1 to 2 times a week. I had never had that many one-to-one clients ever. Not only did I hit my first 6 figures and have 10K months and 20K months and 30K months and 50K launches from group coaching, but it was more than I had ever had in one-to-one coaching. And it was in 1 to 2 hours a week. Only 1 to 2 of my hours taught 45 people at one time. I was like, this is the mom-proof strategy. This is it. And so then I went on and I built Coach School and I helped women, and a lot of women are here, build group coaching programs that not only fit their life first from the income they want to make to being able to charge high ticket, but also giving them the time back in their schedule. Because when you're with clients, let's say you even meet with clients once a week, that's only 1 hour a week that you're on a Zoom call with clients. You could have 20, 30 people in that room paying you for 6 to 12 months at a time. For Coach School, it's a 12-month program. And that was when I knew that group offers were the way to go. Not only in my first year of having a group coaching program did I have students get such good results. I'm talking like left their 9 to 5s, hit 6 figures. One of our students hit 6 figures while she took the summer off to be with her kids. One of them left her teaching job and hit 6 figures in 6 months while she had a toddler at home from group coaching. I was like, this is incredible. They were getting so many better results because of the group they were in, the group dynamic. Because when you bring together a group of women and mothers who are super powerful, everybody knows something. So if the coach doesn't know, a student knows. And then you're starting to network and they're collaborating together and they're hiring each other. And the more rooms you get in and the bigger rooms you get in with each other, where you're actually showing up and you're feeding into each other, into the group, the more results everybody was able to get. One of my students, Courtney, who is now my assistant, has 4 kids and she had 4 under 4 and still hit $50,000 in her business and took 6 months off to have a baby and still made 50K. It is the #1 strategy. So inside Coach School, what we're doing is the offer series. And I took my very first program of Coach School, which is all about high ticket group coaching programs. And now I've expanded it into more offer strategy. Because what I learned about myself and students was that your coaching program has to be built based on 2 things: your lifestyle, your season, your like life goals, and that season of life that you're in, and your personality. If you don't like long-term commitments, if you don't like coaching containers that are 6 and 12 months long, you should build shorter-term offers. If you love the long-term sustainability of long-term coaching, which is what I absolutely love, you should build longer-term programs. Or maybe you like both. I love both, so I do a mix of both. And then there's a difference between front selling and back selling, and you have front end offers. So like right now, Coach School is the offer that I'm selling to the public, but behind the scenes, my students have other options. And people who are in lower ticket programs with me, they have other buying options. So I'm doing front end and back end selling. But a lot of it has to be based on the season of life you're in. If you're in the season of life where you have babies and toddlers and you are full-time immersed into mom life, one coaching program that you pour your heart and soul in, and you master the messaging, and you master who it helps and how it helps them in the program promise, which is what we teach you, you are able to fill that program and just focus on that one group of people. And then you get out of that newborn phase and you get out of that toddler phase, and then we can add in more offers, right? But in this season of life, you have to do what works for you and make your business really easy. And then we can even talk about stuff like VIP days. And we even talk about like using Slack coaching, which is what we do too. So 3 times a week when I'm coaching you, I'm just coaching you voice memos through my phone, which makes it really easy to be on the go, right? Same with if you're a student in the program, you can just be on the go. You can be a mom, a busy mom who's on the go, just listening into voice memos. We have students that are still at 9 to 5. So we have students that are full-time. We have students with kids at home or homeschooling, and then kids that are at public school. We have people who have kids that are grown, and we have people that are kids that are little. But the point is do you even know what you like? Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? Are you building offers that are based on what you love and what you're good at and what lights you up? Or are you building offers based on what everyone else does and says and trends and what everyone else is preaching is the strategy to have? Building your offers has to align with your life, your lifestyle, the life that you want to live and the life that you want to have. Who here has a group coaching program? Tell me in a chat. No, Trisha, I'm so sad. Kelsey said, I do. Also, I'd love to know how you guys feel about your offers. Are you in the brand new phase? Are you just building? Are you just starting? Are you starting to niche down? Are you scared to niche down? Do you want to build a group coaching program? Develop but still need first clients, okay? Solidifying offer, building and scared shitless to niche down for sure. Oh, we'll nip that immediately. Niching is the way to go. I swear by niching down. The thing about building your offers is that your offer has to align with what you love first. So many people are like, well, what about the market research? I just saw a post, someone said, my business hasn't been profitable yet. And I think it's because of my market research. So I messaged her back and I said, if one of my students told me that the program wasn't profitable yet, I would never assume it's their market research. Never. Never, ever, ever would I assume that. Because the thing is you cannot build offers based on what everyone else wants and what everyone else says to do and what the market research says. Because there's been many times I've done market research and people are like, yeah, I wouldn't pay for that. But also there's a whole bunch of other people who do pay for it, right? So you're only getting a very skewed amount. And I never create offers based on what people who have never worked with me say. When I build offers, they're based on what I love, my lifestyle, my personality, my season of life. My calls are in the mornings because I'm a morning person. I love morning stuff. And then I also use the collective of students that I have coached who have worked with me to give me feedback to then decide what I do, to then decide myself. But if no one's ever worked with me or ever been in a program, they don't get to decide. I would never assume it's your market research that's an issue. It's probably niche. It's probably messaging. It's probably where you're showing up or lack of leads, sales, if anything. Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Yeah, we will niche down immediately. That's one of the first things we do. Niche down. We decide who you help, how you help them, what you do, what the outcome of your program is, how long it is, and how much you're going to charge. Then we decide where you're going to show up, how you're going to get leads, where you're mastering your messaging and content, and then how you're going to convert people in sales. Brand new phase. Love my coaching offer. The tech part has a little, yeah, tech is the worst. I will not lie. Okay. So in Coach School, that is one of our focuses is your offers. And for some people I am like, If you want to just have one offer and sell that to six and multi-six figures, do it. I did that. It worked great for me. But also, I spent a whole year. I did this back in 2022. Spent a whole year of just launching brand new offers every month. Short-term, long-term, high ticket, lower ticket, like dumb, stupid, like under 20 buck offers, and then like 100 and multi-hundred and 1,000. And that year gave me really good perspective of like, what are the offers I actually like to run? What types of offers did I love? What did I love to talk about? What did I love to coach on? And it always came back to offers. So that's why I have multiple programs. They're all about offers because I just loved talking about them so much. So if you are like, yeah, I know I need a really good offer, but the ones I have, I don't love, or I just need an offer to begin with, this is the perfect place to start. All right, now onto the juicy, onto your guys' favorite part that you're all looking forward to, non-social strategies, okay? Because the truth is, social media is so different than it used to be. So many coaches will not tell you this, but I will. Social media is amazing if you have a following. Social media is amazing if you have gotten the right people to watch your content consistently. But social media is also really hard to grow now more than ever. And is it actually good use of your time to spend on content 24/7 if it's not getting you leads and sales? Probably not. Probably not a good return on investment. When I grew my agency to six figures, I did not use social media. And now my coaching business at multi-six figures. And while I do use social media, I don't use it for leads because it's very slow growth. If I used it for leads, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at, to be honest. And now I have multiple strategies that I use to get leads. And when I get those leads, then I'll tell you what I do with them. But a lot of times I push them to social media and my podcast. Because once I've gotten the lead, I captured the lead, and they're like, oh, I'm interested. You get them on your email list, or you get them to your social media, or you get them to your podcast. Now you can start nurturing them. But your content and your podcast and your blog and your emails and your freebies and your live events, that's all for nurture. But if you don't have people to nurture, you need to focus on getting people first, right? So many people will tell you to go to social media, post every day, post reels every day. Hopefully you'll go viral and you'll get a bunch of followers. But how many of us here have posted every day or posted a lot and that hasn't happened, right? Or even I have gone viral and nothing happened, right? Sure, I got some followers, nothing else. I'm curious of all of you guys here, what is your number one social media strategy? I'm sorry, your number one strategy for leads, not social media. It can be social media, doesn't have to be. What is your number one lead gen strategy? What do you guys do to get new leads in the door every week, every day? Post and pray. At least you're honest. I think I called you out on this not that long ago. It was probably an offer boot camp. I asked you guys if you're posting and praying. Who here posts and prays? SEO and Pinterest. Perfect. I love SEO and Pinterest. Don't have one, okay? If you guys have not made sales, you have had zero sales, zero interest in your offers, the first thing I would want to look at is your lead gen strategy. How are you getting new people? And if you don't have one, but you're saying, I'm doing all the things, I'm posting every day, the problem is lead gen. It's not your content. Your messaging could need cleaned up. But if we won't know that until we get enough people to see the content and enough people to see the messaging and the sales page and the landing page to know if it's a content and messaging issue or if it's a lead gen issue. I'm probably going to say it's leads. Networking, referral, partner, acquisition. Okay. Then when I built my agency, I built it all on referral and word of mouth. And then when I got into coaching, everyone's like, you have to be on social media. Like that's the place to do it. So, well, shit, I don't even know how to do social media. I don't know anything you guys are saying because I did referrals. And then the beginning of coaching, I was like afraid. I was like deathly afraid because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And I don't know how to get referrals in this area, right? So I took a lot of time to learn social and non-social strategies and to master marketing because it doesn't come natural for me at all. Last year, when I had my second baby, I told my team, we have to figure out more non-social strategies. Posting on social media every day is not sustainable for me. I've got a newborn. I've got another kid at home. I need something sustainable. I need something that works. And since then, we have used this strategy, this one strategy, to go from anywhere from 50 to, I want to give you guys an average. I'll say 500. 50 to 500 new leads a month doing one strategy that has nothing to do with social media. And that strategy is collaborations. Collaborations looking like podcasts, podcast swapping, me being on someone's podcast and then being on mine. And then that podcast driving traffic into my freebie, into my email list, and into my social media. And then also bundles, giveaways, and summits. So speaking, so every single month, my team signs me up for a bundle or a summit. And that average, usually we get at least 100 people, 100 new leads, and we do 2 of those a month. And then I also do podcast swaps every single month. So I'm on someone's or they're on mine, and we're cross promoting. And that has been the #1 strategy. Also been using Pinterest for the last year to drive traffic. And then also guest speaking in other people's communities. A summit is where a group of people come together and do virtual speaking. So it might be like a podcast summit, and then like 10 people get together, create 10 different episodes. And then when the audience joins in, they get to listen to all 10 episodes, or they get to watch you do like a live class like this. So inside Coach School, we're going to be doing non-social strategies for growth. We're going to be breaking down Pinterest, collaborations, bundles, summits, giveaways, how to pitch yourself, where to find them, how to get signed up for them, and how to get them successful. And then we're going to talk about what to do with the leads once you get them. Because once you get the leads into your email list, then what do you do? Then what do you do with your people to get them to the next place to buy from you? Right? But this strategy has then allowed me to even grow my email list, grow my social media. And then when I am posting content and sending emails and going live or doing live events, I have an audience of people to do that with, right? The more people that I ask, like, hey, come find me on social media, as soon as they find me from a collaboration, then the next thing is follow me on social. And then what am I doing on social media? On my feed, I'm posting value. I'm posting stories. I'm posting what I'm up to or offers. I'm talking about my coaching containers and what they do. And I'm talking about truths. And then on my stories, I'm sharing like my real life, what I'm doing in real life. What am I doing in my business? Inviting people to hear, sharing other people's stories. And I'm warming up the people who found me from said collaboration or summit, because those people are really cold audiences. They don't know me yet. But if I bring them to somewhere where I'm showing up consistently, then I can warm them up to be ready to maybe come to a live event. And then when they come to the live event, then I'm going to offer them Coach School. And now Coach School is on their radar. And then they could apply, and then they could join, so on and so forth. That has been my #1 strategy for leads. And it doesn't require you to use social media. You don't have to use social media. You could do collaborations and summits and bundles and guest speaking and podcasting without social media. And you could drive everyone to an email list or a Facebook group. Facebook is social media, but a private Facebook group. You could drive people to a community, a membership, low paid even, and showing up there and going live there. There's a bunch of ways to do things with your leads. The thing is, are you showing up and pitching yourself? Are you doing consistent collaborations to get those leads? And then what are you doing with those leads? That has been my secret strategy. Pinterest is more of like long game, slower growth. Same with SEO, longer game, where collaborations are a lot faster. So if I have 2 signed up for this month, then I can say, I know for a fact I'm getting about 100 leads. And the better you vet your collaborations, the better you get at getting really quality leads. If you're getting into a collaboration with someone who has the same ideal client as you or audience as you, then you're able to bring more people that are your niched ideal client. But if you don't have a niche, like, I don't even know where to show up to do collaborations because I don't even have a niche. Which is also why I teach niche, because not only does it help you create better content and better messaging, but also it drives your strategies because you know where to show up and who we're talking to and who else you should collaborate with because they have similar audiences, right? And the more people you can get together to do this, the better. So what I could do is I could say, okay, everyone here, we're all going to get together. We're all going to put in our best freebie, and then we're all going to market it. And everybody who signs up, we all get to split the leads. And then all the people that join, they get a bunch of resources from all of us. And in return, we get their email addresses, we get leads. That would be an easy collaboration that you could start with people. And in Coach School, that's what I'm encouraging our students to do, is work together and collaborate together to do these types of events, right? Okay, what is your guys' favorite non-social strategy? Do you have any non-social strategies? Or is posting and praying all we've got? No judgment. I'm not judging. I'm just curious. Email list. I love email. See, this is the thing. I love email. But again, if you don't have people who sign up, what do you know what I'm talking about? Like, well, who are you guys talking to? Who are you emailing? Yeah, collaborations are my favorite. And I've met so many amazing women through collaborations, whether maybe they don't even become clients, but maybe we end up working together, right? Or we end up doing something together, or podcasting together, or continuing that relationship. So you never know where those relationships could go. That's my favorite part about collabs. And when I go into collabs, it's not about getting leads. I mean, yes, it is, but that's not the only goal. The only goal is to expand your network, to get more reach, to be more seen. Do you guys know how many leads you average in your business per month? To me, is a matter of consistency. Agreed. Podcasting and private community, yes. Do you have a podcast before people are likely to have you as a guest on theirs? Melissa, this is just going to depend, because there's people who had me on their podcast before I started mine and it was fine. There's people who are like, you have to have a podcast and swap. And there's some people who just don't care. Like, if you have a good free resource and you're active on social media, I don't think it matters that you have one. I mean, some people will say yes and some people will say no, but I wouldn't let that hold you back. I average 10 to 15 a month that sign up for my freebie on my website. Kelly, that's amazing. I think that's a great start. It's so now we know you have a great freebie because you're getting people to sign up for it. So now we need to get that freebie in front of more eyes, putting it into collabs. Maybe we take that freebie and we expand on it. We make it bigger. We make it paid. We make it a masterclass. We make it a mini course. You charge for it, and then you put it into these bundles and summits for free, right? Because it goes free in there, but then you're averaging more leads. 3 to 5 leads per month from referrals. And then do you guys also know, when you get those leads, how many of them convert, right? Because that's a big piece too. Are we converting a good amount of our leads? Because for all of you here, you're doing free traffic, not paid. So your numbers are going to be quite a bit smaller, but what are we doing with those leads? Still working on social media to get leads. This is a bit chaotic as I'm posting to a few pages. So learning about scheduled posts, creating content. I'd like to look at a freebie in the near future. Yes, Dawn, we're going to do that. Quality freebies. We're going to talk about quality freebies too. We did a little bit in Coach School today, but we'll do that a little bit more too. Okay. How many hours do you guys currently spend on your business, and what do you wish you could change when it comes to the hours that you're working? How many hours do you guys average per day, per week, per month in your business? On an average week for me, if I'm not doing anything special, so like this is a special event, like a one-time thing, I average 10 hours a week in my business. I usually don't work Fridays unless I want to. I don't work Saturdays and Sundays. I don't work evenings. I don't work when my kids go to bed. When my kids go to bed, 7 o'clock doors are shut. That is me and my husband's time. We clean the kitchen. We order carry out. We watch our raunchy TV shows. I do not work when the kids go to bed. I usually don't even get up before the kids get up. I work 10 hours a week. I have one person on my team. So that means all the coaching that you sign up for is me. You get to see me all day, every day. Even when I had co-coaches, I still came to all the calls. They were like, what's the point? Why are we here? You're coming to all the calls. Okay, 4 hours per day in an average week. Okay. Way too many for what I get back, but also I Oh, Kelly, this is so good, because this used to be me. And I was like, if I am not constantly at my office, at my desk, on my computer, or working, then that means there's no chance of me making money or growing my business, because I was so like nitpicky on every single thing I did. And The second year that I decided, it was after I hit my first 6 figures, I decided I was going to let go a bit. I was going to do a less of the type A, like obsession stuff. I was going to just kind of let go. I made more money than ever before. So then the next year I was like, let me let go a little bit more. Let me let go a little bit more. And then I made more money. And I kept working on that proof that more time in my business didn't actually equal more money at all. I just need to be better about what I'm doing with the time that I have. And then I had kids, and then it was like, at that point, I had no chance of working more. It's like I was forced to work better. 10 to 20 hours a week, love it. 4 hours a day, so unproductive. I wish I could consist. Yeah. I recently learned about my ADD. Honestly, too, that is helpful to learn about any neurodivergence because that will help you navigate your business better. And if you are neurodivergent, that was something that I was diagnosed with recently, is using that to build your business. Like the more you know yourself and your personality, the more you know things about who you are and the way that you operate and your tendencies, and you use that information to your benefit to build your business, the better it's going to be. The easier it gets, the more fun it gets. Who here feels like they have an easy, fun, simple business model? That has always been my goal. I want it to be easy. I want it to be fun. I want it to be simple. Who here feels like they have that? Anyone? Everyone's like, no, it's hard. It sucks. I post all the time. Nobody cares. No sales. I know. I've been there. Yeah. It will be fun if it works. Melissa, how can we have fun right now and make it work? How can we have fun even before it works? And what does it works mean? Because I can tell you when I was like, when I hit 6 figures, this is when I know it will work. And then I hit 6 figures and I was like, okay, but what about multi 6 figures? Okay, but what about 7 figures? That's how I'll really know it works. Like is it ever going to be enough? How do we know if it works? Because you guys will get 1 client, 2 clients, 5 clients. You'll be like, oh, that's a fluke. I'll never get clients again. I know, right? Clients would be good. It helps. It definitely helps. But I think that now is the time to be like, okay, what am I doing to get clients? Because you told me earlier, you don't have lead gen strategies. So now we know your gap. You need leads. You need a better lead gen strategy. It's simple, but not as much fun as I would like yet. The thing about it is every time I have more fun, I make more money. And honestly, I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I grew up really young, like from a young age. I grew up as like I was the parent to adults as a kid. And now, and I'm also a Taurus, and I'm like not fun at all. Like nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks of like Tay is fun. No, I'm like always serious. I'm always the adult, right? Yeah, like I like to crack jokes and whatever. But I've had to learn to have fun. Like I've had to really learn to let go. It is not as easy as one may think. I've had to learn to like chill out. And the more I did, the easier it got. And the more I did, the more people I got, the more money I got. I was like, let me just have fun with this. How can I make it fun? How can I make it enjoyable? If this is my purpose and this is what I'm supposed to be doing, how do I make it fun? Okay. All right. Now's my favorite part. I'm going to talk to you guys about Coach School. If you have been interested in all the things I talked about today, a life first business, offers that match your personality in your life and your season, and non-social strategies, this is the program for you. It's 12 months, hands-on coaching with me. Every week we do calls 1 to 2 times a week, 60 minutes on Zoom. Everyone gets one-to-one coached, plus Slack coaching 3 times a week, your own self-paced portal, and it's my favorite. If you are trying to grow your business, if it feels overwhelming, if you're working too much, if you are completely tied to your computer, but you're not seeing results, if you're not getting as much money or clients as you want, if you want a business that works for you, if you want it to be fun, if you want it to be simple, if you don't want to be glued to social media, if you want to be better at content, if you want to be better at lead gen, if you want to be better at marketing and messaging and being better, honestly, just being you, this is the program for you. Here's the 4 things we're going to cover. A business that actually works for you and is not based on trends. I don't do based on trends. I do not do this. Number 2, a balanced workflow life. We are going to fully build a business that is in flow with the life that you have, the season of life, and the life you want to live, your future goals, your future schedule. Maybe that's taking Fridays off, taking evenings off, and finally spending it with your partner instead of working when the kids go to bed. We're going to talk about leads without social media and with, and then we're also going to be talking about getting out of your head. Stop trying to be everyone's friend. operate your business like a business, and grow to 6 figures. Okay. Quarterly workshops, self-paced portal, Slack coaching every week, Zoom calls every week, plus all my courses and mini courses are included. And I have something exciting to tell you guys. If you've been listening along outside of here, you know that the program is going to go up to 10K after this round. So you get $2,500 off enrollment. I also have a coaching program called Offer Bootcamp. That coaching program is where you build one high-ticket signature coaching program. So you'll have that included for free. It's a $2,000 program, completely free included. Then we're going to start September 30th with our live offer series, where I'm going to teach you offers live, all types of offers, and which ones you should choose for your business based on you and only you. And then we're going to go into our live series on non-social growth. And I'm going to give you everything from how to pitch and where to find people and what to do with leads. If you apply and join by Wednesday this week, because you're on the call, I have a special offer for you. If you do the payment plan, you get a one-to-one call with me. If you pay in full, you get a VIP day. Chelsea has done our VIP days before, and a VIP day, a one-to-one call in 45 minutes, I will have your offer done. Your offer will be done, or your life plan, your schedule, or your marketing and sales plan. It will be done in 45 minutes. If you do the VIP day though, I might have your whole life together at that day. Chelsea knows, it's a possibility. A VIP day is where you and I will meet for hours, a set amount of hours throughout the day. So we'll either chunk them and split them if you have kids. And we will rip through your business. I'm talking, I will like dig into your schedule, what's working, what isn't working, your offers, your marketing, your sales, your lead gen, and you will have a full flushed out plan by the end of that day. Chelsea, I like just ripped her business up. And I was like, here, we're going to fix all this. And by the end of the day, she was like, I'm good. I'm ready to go. Program launched, all the things. Last week, I had a 60-minute call, and within 30 minutes, I had 2 students' programs flushed out. Niche, pricing, link, who it helped, how it helped them, framework, all of it. In 30 minutes, I helped 2 people. So if you join by this Wednesday, you're going to get the bonus one-to-one call. That will go away after Wednesday, but the rest of the bonuses, 1, 2, and 3, will remain. Okay, here's a little fun from our other students and what they have said about Coach School. We've had students hit 40K quarters. We've had people hit 10K, their first 10K months, leave their 9-to-5s, get out of perfectionism, stop being indecisive, start doing the business thing, right? So the applications are open. I will drop the link in the chat for you guys. But in the meantime, I would love to do open Q&A, chat, questions, whatever you guys have. I would love to coach on it right now. So if you have questions, put them in the chat. And I'm going to drop the Coach School link. What do you guys have for me? Where's my... I'm trying to do a view where I can see all of you guys. Here we go. There we go. Hello. How to market on Pinterest. How to niche down. Okay. Marketing on Pinterest. So I'm not going to give you the whole strategy here because that's something I coach in Coach School. However, being on Pinterest, there is strategy behind it. And I would say that you have to test between if you're going to use a freebie, like a free download, a free masterclass, or like a podcast to promote. I have promoted on Pinterest, like live events. They don't perform as well as like free downloads. But there's also strategy behind like how often you do it, the graphics you use, and how to do a pin that has SEO embedded, which is what we teach in Coach School. But I would say with Pinterest, I would give it 6 to 12 months to know if it does work. And I would be consistent about where do you want to push traffic to? Do you want to push it to a freebie? And then once they land on that freebie, do you want to have like a bump order to get sales from there? Do you want it to go to a specific workflow? Where do you want to push those people? And then also I would just decide like, what do I want to do for those 6 months to really test this? Do I want to drive more people to my podcast? But if you do, you're not going to capture emails. So I would say decide between what is the strategy, why are we using Pinterest, and where are we sending people? Once we get people to that thing, the podcast or the freebie, what are we going to do with them after? How to niche down. Vera, get in Coach School. Where are you? Girl, we've talked about this since you were in Offer Bootcamp in January. Hello? Also, you're not going to like my answer because my answer is to make a decision and to love that decision and then move forward with that decision. Because the only thing standing between you and deciding, because you told me earlier, it's moms, postpartum moms, right? And pregnant? No, I know I'm not crazy. You said that. Did you not say that to me? Yes, you said I'm a doula and a postpartum and motherhood mentor. You did say that. I knew I wasn't psycho. I mean, yes. No, but yes. Okay, so you have a niche, but you're indecisive about your niche. You can come on and talk if you want to. You don't have to do the chat.
Thank the Lord. I'm the worst at like texting and chatting like this. Okay. The one thing is, I have a freaking hard time because I know that niching down into like the whole motherhood, I see myself as someone that can teach other women how to start their businesses as they as they work on that motherhood journey, that relationship with self, that because it's a reflection. Like I own, for the ones that don't know, we own a business with my husband that we've been doing for 10 years. And you guys, if I didn't divorce that man, is because God had a plan for me to be on this freaking group right now. But the thing is, like, how to tell, like, it's people know how hard it is, and that's why they don't do it. You know, it takes like the fear factor to say, fuck it, I'm gonna go sell shit and pray. So with coaching, I would love to implement something that is not just like, let's just breathe and remember that we have wounds and trauma. No, I want them to use their skills to build something for themselves too. Not necessarily a coaching business. I want them to explore what is that they left behind. Because
Okay.
I feel like I follow the lead of my husband doing the business, but I'm not into it. But I learned so much and I have so much experience on how to do an online business that is product based. And I'm like, if I could put that stuff together somehow, but
Yeah.
focusing on being a good mom,
Okay.
that's, yeah.
I'll give you the graphic. If you're, I know you've seen this in Offer Boot Camp. If you're a student, you've seen this so much, it's probably imprinted into your brain. So for everyone here, this is you, where you used to be, who you used to be. This is who you are today, and this is where you're going. Okay. And the reason I give this is because along this journey between where you used to be and where you are now, you have learned so many things, skills, life, all the things. And then where you're going is what you're learning. So usually you're looking for a mentor somewhere in here to learn the things. And then this version of you is where your story and your journey is. And when we choose a niche based on our life, our story, our journey, what we are so closely tied to that we have been certified through actual life. This is when you pick this niche and this business model for your offers, it's easier to create content. It's easier to tell stories. It's easier to create connection because it's who you are. It's literally you. It's your journey. Since
Yeah.
I've met you, the number one thing that hasn't changed is that you want to help moms. So
Yeah.
niche to moms.
Yeah.
That's what it
Yeah.
is. I don't think you have a problem with who you help. I think it's what you're going to help them do.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need
Oh
to
my
come up with what you're going to help them do, the program promise, and then the
God.
framework, the process to get there, which we
Yeah.
did with you. I did that with you in Offer Boot Camp.
I honestly like no.
It's been a long time. It was January. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also you went through a lot in that time, right? So I think for
And
now,
that's why it fell through because of what happened with my first client.
yes.
And that's why I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do that again ever. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I think for you is getting clear on your own journey, but also getting clear on like, what do you even love to talk about? For everyone here, your offers should be about something you actually love talking about, not just something you're good at. So many of
Yeah.
us are good at things that we don't even like. We just do
Yeah.
them and we're good at them because it's natural, but we don't like them. We don't love them. We could talk about them all day or convince people why they should do it or convince people to buy it. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go sell my husband's favorite car. Listen, little fucker, I have news for you. My coach told me
Don't bring me into this. He'll be
we're
calling
selling
me.
this car. Kidding.
No, but seriously, Vera, it's time for you to get in there.
Girl, it's time. I know.
I
I
know.
know. I need to, yes. Okay. Fuck.
Okay, I'll see you in there.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. What do you love to talk about? Here's the thing, you guys. Vera, we need you in coach school. I agree. She brings the personality, she brings the flair, the pizzazz.
Yes. I mean, I love to talk about self-development. If you would have seen where the fuck I was before,
Yeah.
like coming where I come from, I never thought that I was going to live the life that I'm living right now.
Hmm.
There's nothing wrong about it, but I felt a lot of guilt because everything, my entire community and culture that I left behind,
Hmm.
it's a very limiting, um, there's a lot of limitations, mindset limitations.
Yeah.
So I felt like I had to hide. If I was doing good, I had to not even talk about it because it was like, oh, you don't understand life because you're living in the States, the
Yeah.
picket fence bullshit. And I'm like, you don't know the struggles. Like, there's always struggle. That's my point. It's like, you're always going to have a hard time doing things. You said it at the beginning of the call. Building your own business as a mother is fucking hard. And
It
there's
is.
no way around it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I think I feel bad that I spend so much time hiding my wins out
Hmm.
of fear of like not fitting into what I thought I needed to fit in. And not there, those people are not even in my life anymore.
Yeah.
So
And I know you and I talked about that back in Off Her Boot Camp because you were an immigrant, you came here, but then other people didn't understand, like, why does she get to have this perfect life?
oh
And
yeah.
I think that part of this journey that you're on of who you're going to help and how you're going to help them, I think mothers, women even
Mhm.
experience this type stuff. I thought about this morning. My stepdad owns a business. My stepdad is male, obviously, and he has only worked with male industries. And when I created Breadwinner Energy, he had a fit. He was like, you should not tell people you're the breadwinner. It is so demeaning to your husband. And
Oh
what's
hell
your
yeah.
husband going to think?
Mhm.
And the more I thought about this morning when I was going through things about like in business, the things that women deal with, the things that women encounter, the people pleasing, or the always having to be something for somebody, or the oh, you're charging too much, or why are you wearing that? You shouldn't dress like that. You shouldn't act like that. You're a mother. You should be at home with the kid. It is never ending. But for men, it's only praise,
Yeah.
right? So the more I think about this, is like, do you know how many women need this? How many mothers need this? Every woman and mother, in my belief, should have a life that she wants, regardless of what anyone says. That's what women deserve. So for you, it's like you also believe that too. How do
Yeah.
you serve women for to use your story as their guideline? Because the thing is maybe they want to be more outspoken. Maybe they want to have more confidence or to own their lifestyle.
It's so true. And I think that was the first statement when I found you. And I heard you say, I'm the breadwinner. And I was like, my dad would die. Like my father would, like that was the first thought. I was like, oh my God. Like
Mhm.
literally some sort of anxiety in my chest. Like this woman, like, did she really just say that? Is her
Yeah,
husband okay with this? And
he
it
has to
doesn't
be.
matter. Like it's not, I, I think there's a lack of understanding that we can both support each other in
Mhm.
that matter and not fit that expectation of like, he has to make more than you
Yeah.
for you to have value because you're supposed to appreciate everything. And it's like, I mean, I could go on and on, but yeah, that's the energy that I see. And in the realm of people that I have met, every single woman is like, I am not getting the support system that I need. And I'm making way much more work than them, more effort, more, you pick up all the stuff that is not being picked up.
Mhm.
You still feel like you cannot speak about it.
Yeah, I would argue that every woman here is probably the breadwinner, even if she doesn't make more money. She probably handles way more than her other partner.
Oh, hell yeah. The
Yeah.
fuck we are. Like, yes, it's amazing. That's what I feel like I have learned. And I think it was just this process that I needed to go with myself to say, holy shit, this business that we own, yes, he might be the one making the product outside, but he has no fucking idea how to administrate this shit, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not trying to
No,
talk shit about him. It's just he's never going to be the spokesperson. I'm never going to be the producer. Like
exactly.
yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
love
Yeah. So for everyone here, I want to touch on this too. I think this was great that you brought this up, Vera, but for all of you here, that is what the mission is. Like the mission is to be the breadwinner. That not whether you make more money or not, it's you have the life of choice and freedom and flexibility, which is what you all got here for. Right? Whether that is to have more time with your kids, pay off debt, travel more, buy a new home. Maybe it's to literally get away from your partner. That was at first, that was my goal, was to get away from somebody abusive, somebody that held money over my head and didn't allow me to have choice or freedom or flexibility, made me think that I was nobody, right? So whether that any of those are you, still fits. You're still a breadwinner, inside, outside, financially, or not. I would argue that all women are breadwinners. So yeah, Kelly said, what do you love to talk about? Such great advice. Yes. If you love to talk about it so much that you're like, oh my God, like I can't wait to tell my friends, but you're like, my friends don't understand. They're not in this industry. Like I can't wait to tell people. I love it. It's so exciting. That's when content gets easy and messaging becomes easy and marketing becomes easy because you love to talk about what you do so much so then it becomes fun. Then it becomes easy. Then you become magnetic and more people want to hear from you. More people want to know what you're doing and more people want to buy from you. And then it fuels that momentum of more fun and more energy. So how can you guys do things today that are more fun? I want to ask you guys something before we go off the call. What are you guys going to do this week to get out of your comfort zone, to do something different than you normally do? Change your schedule, change up what you normally do, and just go for it. You're just going to say yes to something you usually would say, I can't do that right now. I know right now. I don't have the time or I don't have the money. What are you going to do this week for you? Not for anybody else. What are you going to do to get out of your comfort zone and do something for you? What's it going to be? I'm going to say yes to start a Facebook group. I love it. Anybody else? Pressure? Oh, I have been putting off showing my face in video. Yeah, it's time to rip the Band-Aid. It's time to do it, Kelly. I did my first IG live today. Chelsea, I saw you on live. Yay. Applied to join a collaboration group you gave me this morning. Melissa, yes. Trying new social media posts other than video. Dawn, I love it. Okay. Before we go, we have 10 minutes. I would love to know if anyone has questions about Coach School. You have now till Wednesday to get the special one-to-one bonus, one-to-one call or VIP day, which is huge. And you have until next Thursday to apply and join before the doors close. We are only taking 10 spots, 10 people this round. Doors will close. The price with the discount is $7,500 paid in full, or you can do 12 payments of $659. Oh, I missed a 6. Or you can apply with Klarna. Klarna is a third-party app that we use that you can apply with for funding, and then you would pay through Klarna. So they will give you your own custom payment plan if you apply with Klarna. So when you guys fill out the application, you just click if you want to pay in full. You would get the VIP day, payment plan, you would get the one-to-one session, and then, or you could choose Klarna, and we will send you your link to check out if your application is approved. And then price goes to 10K after we close the doors. So 10 spots, applications are open. Even if you've been in Coach School before, you might want to consider reapplying because it's going to be different than you had. There will be content in there that you did not get. You were in there before. I'm excited for our offer series and our non-social series. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so good. Any other questions?
Okay, I'm gonna talk again. Do you take time, like, so, because I am putting together my offer, I'm trying to clean it up so I can like go through a little funnel. Is there like a time, what's the question, like limit into how long can we have time with you to work on our offer, or and also within, let's say, within starting coach school,
Mhm.
what is usually the time where you say, okay, people can start selling their offer within a month or within whatever? Because I feel like with what I talked today, you know me, you've talked with me before.
Yeah.
I'm running out of fucking time, girlfriend. I have plans. Like,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know?
Yeah, great question. So we say that in 30 to 90 days, your offer should be completely built ready to launch. Some people, it's like 2 to 4 weeks. Some people, it's literally 3 to 6 months. If you don't show up and get coaching, if you don't implement the coaching and you don't build the offer, it will take you forever, right? But if you show up, you do the work, and you create the offer, you could be ready to launch immediately. Trisha joined in the middle of August. Her offer is already built and ready to go. She's been in for maybe 4 weeks. Her offer is already ready. She did know who she wanted to help, and she did know what she wanted to help them do. If you're coming in, you have no idea who you want to help or how you want to help them, within 90 days, we'll have it done. 100%. It will be ready to go, ready to launch. But it's up to you. It's like, how fast are you going to move? So every week we're on Zoom 1 to 2 times a week for 60-minute sessions. You have your own self-paced portal to work outside of there, and then you can come get Slack coaching 3 times a week. So you go watch through the videos, you start doing the work, you jump into Slack, you ask questions, you get coaching, you get feedback on your sales page, you get feedback on your niche and who you help and your framework, and you can ask for us to, and I'll go through and make comments on your document. I mean, for you, because you have so much nailed down, 6 weeks maybe.
Okay, that sounds awesome. I know I should have been in here a long time ago. I
Yeah, I know.
just
It's
have
fine.
the means.
I get it. I get it. Anyone else have any questions? We have to announce the giveaway winner. Almost forgot. So one of you is going to win an offer audit with me and offer boot camp. And that person is drumroll, Taylor. Yay! I'm so excited. Congratulations. So Taylor, after this, I will send you what I need and we'll get started on your offer audit. Cool? You're welcome. Thank you everyone so much for being here today and sticking with me for 90 minutes. I hope you guys had a great time. I will be posting this replay with the slides. You'll get access to that link. You have until Wednesday to get your spot in coach school with the 1-to-1 call bonus. And you have until next Thursday to apply and join for one of the 10 spots. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or just message me on Instagram and we can chat through it. If you're like, I don't want to talk in front of the whole group, but I have lots of coach school questions, just message me on Instagram. It's me. I'm happy to chat with you, and I'll see you guys inside. You guys better join. Better come in. Bye, ladies.